Hello everyone. Welcome to UIAS. Let's discuss today's prelims topics. Question: Consider the following statements about measles. 1. The measles virus is one of the world's most contagious human viruses that kills more than 1 lakh children every year globally. 2. Measles is an airborne disease which spreads easily from one person to the next through the coughs and sneezes of infected people. 3. India had set a target to eliminate measles and rubella (MR) by 2030. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is A. The measles virus is one of the world's most contagious human viruses that kills more than 1 lakh children every year globally, and rubella is a leading vaccine preventable cause of birth defects, according to the World Health Organization (WHO). Both measles and rubella can be prevented by just 2 doses of a safe and effective vaccine. Over the past 2 decades, the measles vaccine is estimated to have averted more than 30 million deaths globally, as per the WHO's statistics. In both diseases, the symptoms are a rash and fever. While measles has a high fatality rate, rubella infection in a pregnant woman will have an impact on the fetus, resulting in birth defects. India had set a target to eliminate measles and rubella (MR) by 2023, having missed the earlier deadline of 2020 due to a variety of reasons, exacerbated by disruptions due to the pandemic. An earlier target that was set for 2015 was also missed. It was in 2019 that India adopted the goal of measles and rubella elimination by 2023, anticipating that the 2020 goal could not be reached. Question: As per WHO report on global trans fat elimination 2022, consider the following statements. 1. 5 billion people globally are exposed to harmful trans fat, increasing their heart disease and death risk. 243 countries have put best practice regulations against trans fat in food, covering 2.8 billion people worldwide. 3. Currently, 9 of the 16 countries with the highest estimated proportion of coronary heart disease deaths caused by trans fat intake do not have a best practice policy. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 1 and 2 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 3 only. Answer is C. The Global Health Body, in 2018, had advocated some best practice policies for the global eradication of industrially generated trans fat by 2023. Coverage of these policies has expanded about 6-fold since its inception. Currently, 9 of the 16 countries with the highest estimated proportion of coronary heart disease deaths caused by trans fat intake do not have a best practice policy. They are Australia, Azerbaijan, Bhutan, Ecuador, Egypt, Iran, Nepal, Pakistan and the Republic of Korea. Question 4. Consider the following statements about trans fat. 1. Industrially produced trans fat is usually found in packaged foods, baked items, cooking oils and spreads. 2. Consumption of trans fats raises the level of bad HDL cholesterol, an accepted biomarker of cardiovascular diseases. 3. Trans fats are made when liquid oils are turned into solid fats, like shortening or margarine. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is B. Trans fats are made when liquid oils are turned into solid fats, like shortening or margarine. These are called partially hydrogenated oils, FOS. Industrially produced trans fat is usually found in packaged foods, baked items, cooking oils and spreads. Trans fat intake is accountable for up to 500,000 early deaths from coronary heart disease annually. Consumption of trans fats raises the level of bad LDL cholesterol, an accepted biomarker of cardiovascular diseases. It has been seen that diets high in trans fat can increase the risk of heart disease by 21% and deaths by 28%. Trans fat has no known benefit but is associated with huge health risks that can burden health systems, said WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. The following are the two best practice policy options. A. Mandatory national limit of 2 grams of industrially produced trans fat per 100 grams of total fat in all foods. B. Mandatory national ban on the production or use of partially hydrogenated oils, a major source of trans fat, as an ingredient in all foods. Although most trans fat elimination regulations have been implemented in higher income countries, many middle-income nations including Argentina, Bangladesh, India, Paraguay, the Philippines and Ukraine are now adopting these regulations. Cardiovascular disease risk: trans fats raise your LDL, bad cholesterol. They lower your HDL, good cholesterol. High LDL along with low HDL levels can cause cholesterol to build up in your arteries, blood vessels. This increases your risk for heart disease and stroke. Question: recently, central government has decided to put forth the name of Assam's Charaideo Modam's burial sites for addition to United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization (UNESCO) World Heritage Sites list. Consider the following statements about this. 1. The Charaideo Modams are royal burial sites of the Ahom dynasty, which ruled over much of Assam and the northeast from 228 to 826 AD. 2. Am Moidam is a tumulus mound of earth raised over a grave of Ahom royalty and aristocracy. 3. The word Charaideo has been derived from 3 Ahom words, Cheraido. Che means city or town, Rai means to shine and Do means hill. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is D. The Charaideo Modams are royal burial sites of the Ahom dynasty, which ruled over much of Assam and the northeast from 1228 to 1826 AD. What are Modams? A Moidam is a tumulus mound of earth raised over a grave of Ahom royalty and aristocracy. While Charaideo exclusively contains Modams of Ahom royals, other Modams of aristocrats and chiefs can be found scattered across eastern Assam, in the region between the towns of Jorhat and Dibrugarh. A typical Moidam at Charaideo contains 1 or more chambers in a wall. On top of these is a hemispherical earthen mound, rising high above the ground, covered in grass. On top of this mound, there is a pavilion known as the Chow Chali. A low octagonal wall surrounds the mound with one entrance. Ahom kings and queens were buried inside these models. Unlike Hindus who cremate their dead, the predominant funerary method of the Ahoms, originating from the Ta people, was the burial. The height of a Moidam is typically indicative of the power and stature of the person buried inside. However, except for those of Gadadhar Singha and Rudra Singha, most Modams remain unidentified. Why was Charaideo important? The word Charaideo has been derived from 3 Ahom words, Cheraido. Che means city or town, Rai means to shine and Do means hill. In short, Charaideo means a shining town situated on a hilltop. While the Ahoms shifted capitals multiple times over their 600-year history, Charaideo is considered to be their first capital city, established in 1253 AD by King Sukfa. Question: consider the following statements about Jagannath temple. 1. The temple is one of the 4 dhams, Char Dham, where Lord Jagannath, a form of Lord Shiv, is worshipped. 2. Only Hindus are allowed inside the shrine to offer prayers to the sibling deities in the Sanctum Sanctorum. 3. Lord Jagannath is also known as Patitabapan, which literally means Savior of the downtrodden. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is D. The temple is one of the 4 dhams, Char Dham, where Lord Jagannath, a form of Lord Vishnu, is worshipped along with his elder brother Lord Balbhadra and sister Devi Subhadra. Only Hindus are allowed inside the shrine to offer prayers to the sibling deities in the Sanctum Sanctorum. A sign at the Lion's Gate, main entrance of the temple, clearly states only Hindus are allowed. Why no non-Hindus? It has been the practice for centuries, even though there is no clearly articulated reason for it. Some historians believe that multiple attacks on the temple by Muslim rulers might have led the servitors to impose restrictions on the entry of non-Hindus. Others have said that this was the practice from the time the temple was built. Lord Jagannath is also known as Patitabapan, which literally means Savior of the downtrodden. So all those who are barred from entering the temple because of religious reasons get the privilege of a darshan of the Lord in the form of Patitaban at the Lion's Gate. Question: consider the following statements about norovirus. 1. This virus has been circulating among humans for over 50 years and is thought to be one of the primary causes of kidney failure. 2. The virus is estimated to kill 200,000 persons globally every year, with most deaths occurring among those below the age of 5 years and those over the age of 65 years. 3. The virus is capable of surviving low temperatures, and outbreaks tend to be more common during the winter and in colder countries. That is why it is sometimes referred to as winter vomiting disease. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is D. This virus has been circulating among humans for over 50 years and is thought to be one of the primary causes of gastroenteritis. A 2022 study published in the peer-reviewed journal Viruses says that norovirus infections are more frequently detected in high-income countries, with almost 40% cases being seen in long-term care facilities. In contrast, the cases in India have mostly been detected in settings like schools and hostels, where people share food. What are the symptoms and how to prevent its spread? Norovirus leads to diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, and abdominal pain. Being a diarrheal disease, it can lead to dehydration, so drinking plenty of fluids is recommended. The infection can be transmitted through foods contaminated with the virus, touching surfaces that are contaminated with the virus and then touching the mouth, and being in direct contact with someone with the infection, like taking care of them and sharing foods and utensils with them. Good hand hygiene is the best way to prevent infection. Thank you everyone. Do subscribe this channel. Use code SPLIVE to join Unacademy.